Angela Merkel 20-minute story podcast script. Title: The Quiet Woman Who Led Germany. Hello, friends. Today, I am going to tell you the inspiring story of a woman who rarely raised her voice, rarely sought attention, but became one of the most powerful leaders in the world. This is the story of Angela Merkel. Imagine Germany in the 1950s. The country was divided into two parts after World War II. One side was West Germany, and the other was East Germany. On July 17, 1954, a baby girl named Angela Dorothea Kasner was born in Hamburg, West Germany. But shortly after her birth, her family moved to East Germany. Life in East Germany was very different. The government controlled many aspects of people's lives. Freedom was limited, and opportunities were not always easy to find. Angela grew up in a simple family. Her father was a pastor, and her mother was a teacher. From a young age, Angela was known for something unusual. She wasn't loud. She wasn't the center of attention. She listened more than she spoke. While other children enjoyed showing off, Angela enjoyed learning. She loved mathematics and science. Teachers quickly noticed that she was exceptionally intelligent. As she grew older, her interest in science became stronger. She studied physics at university and later earned a doctorate in quantum chemistry. At that time, nobody imagined that this quiet scientist would one day lead one of the most powerful countries on Earth. For many years, Angela worked as a scientist. She spent her days conducting research, analyzing data, and solving complex problems. Politics wasn't her dream. She never planned to become a world-famous leader, but history had other plans. In 1989, a dramatic event changed everything. The Berlin Wall fell. People celebrated in the streets. Families separated for decades were reunited. Germany was finally moving toward reunification. For Angela Merkel, this historic moment opened a new door. She decided to enter politics. Many politicians had years of experience. Angela had none, but she had something valuable. She understood ordinary people. She understood life in East Germany, and she understood how to solve problems calmly. Angela joined a political party called the Christian Democratic Union. At first, few people paid attention to her. She was a scientist. She was a woman in a male-dominated political world. She was quiet. Many believed she would never rise very far, but Angela kept working. She learned quickly. She listened carefully. She earned the trust of her colleagues. Soon, she was appointed to government positions. Step by step, she climbed higher. While others focused on speeches, Angela focused on solutions. While others chased headlines, Angela studied details. Her calm personality became her greatest strength. In 2005, a historic moment arrived. Angela Merkel became the Chancellor of Germany. She became the first woman ever to hold the position. She was also the first chancellor who had grown up in East Germany. Many people around the world were curious. Could this quiet scientist lead Europe's largest economy? The answer would soon become clear. She could, and she would do it for 16 years. Leading a nation is never easy. Every year brings new challenges. But Angela Merkel faced some of the biggest crises of modern times. One of the first major challenges was the global financial crisis of 2008. Banks were collapsing, businesses were struggling, millions of people feared losing jobs. Around the world, leaders scrambled for solutions. Angela remained calm. She worked closely with other world leaders. She reassured citizens that Germany would overcome the crisis. Her steady leadership helped maintain confidence during uncertain times. People began to appreciate her calm approach. She didn't panic. She didn't make dramatic promises. She focused on practical solutions. As the years passed, Merkel's reputation grew. International leaders respected her. Citizens trusted her. Journalists often described her as the most powerful woman in the world. Yet her lifestyle remained surprisingly simple. She continued living modestly. She avoided unnecessary luxury. She was known for shopping for groceries herself. Despite enormous power, she stayed grounded. This made people admire her even more. Then came another major challenge. In 2015, Europe faced a refugee crisis. Millions of people were fleeing wars and violence. Many were desperate for safety. Countries struggled to decide how to respond. Angela Merkel made a bold decision. Germany would welcome many refugees. Her famous message was simple: we can do it. Some people praised her compassion. Others criticized her decision. The issue divided opinions. But Merkel believed leadership sometimes requires difficult choices. Even when criticism increased, she stood by what she believed was right. Throughout her career, Merkel developed a unique leadership style. She was not dramatic. She rarely shouted. She rarely attacked opponents. Instead, she listened carefully. She gathered information. She analyzed facts. Then she made decisions. This approach earned her the nickname, the crisis manager. Whenever Europe faced problems, people looked toward Merkel. They trusted her judgment. Her scientific background helped her think logically during difficult situations. Then in 2020, another crisis arrived. The COVID-19 pandemic. The entire world faced uncertainty. Hospitals filled with patients, countries imposed restrictions, fear spread everywhere. Angela Merkel once again relied on science. She explained complicated information clearly. She encouraged citizens to follow health guidelines. Because she had studied science herself, many people trusted her explanations. Her calm communication helped reassure millions of Germans. During one of the most difficult periods in modern history, she remained steady. Over the years, Merkel met presidents, prime ministers, kings, and queens. She worked with leaders from every corner of the globe. She became one of the most influential voices in international politics. Yet she never seemed obsessed with power. She often appeared humble. Her focus remained on service rather than personal fame. This was one reason she remained popular for so long. After 16 years as Chancellor, Merkel made an important decision. She would step down. Many politicians hold on to power for as long as possible. Angela Merkel chose a different path. In 2021, she left office. There were farewell ceremonies, tributes poured in from around the world. Leaders praised her wisdom. Citizens thanked her service. Many people felt they were saying goodbye to a trusted figure who had guided Germany through challenging times. What can we learn from Angela Merkel's story? First, you do not need to be loud to be powerful. Angela proved that quiet people can become extraordinary leaders. Second, knowledge matters. Her education and scientific thinking helped her make informed decisions. Third, patience and consistency often achieve more than dramatic actions. She spent years building trust. And finally, leadership is about responsibility, not attention. Angela Merkel never tried to be a celebrity. She focused on solving problems. That's why people respected her. Today, Angela Merkel remains one of the most influential leaders of the 21st century. A pastor's daughter, a scientist, a woman from East Germany, a leader who guided a nation through financial crises, refugee challenges, and a global pandemic. Her story reminds us that greatness does not always arrive with noise. Sometimes greatness arrives quietly. Sometimes it listens more than it speaks. And sometimes it changes the world. Thank you for listening. This was the story of Angela Merkel, the quiet woman who led Germany. See you in the next podcast.